Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the JVIMPACTS Podcast. We talk about motivation, health, and life. I'm your host, Coach JV, the top health and mindset coach in the world. Remember, what you believe in your heart, you think in your mind, will eventually become your words and become your reality. You landed on Life Lesson Thursday. Hopefully you made it through Motivation Monday, Health Tuesday, Hump Day Wednesday. Today is Life Lesson Thursday, and tomorrow is Fire It Up Friday. We have hundreds and hundreds of podcasts for your enjoyment. All motivation, short, to the point, 8 to 12 minutes to get you up, to get you inspired. Now, you're probably wondering, if you're on this podcast for the first time or somebody sent this to you, why the hell is he saying he's top health and mindset coach in the world? Because what you believe in your heart, you think in your mind, will eventually become your words and become your reality. It's important to verbalize to yourself and to the world who you're going to be, because your vibration will attract like, right? If my vibration is going out there with the positivity of me being the top health and mindset coach in the world, eventually it will come back, and it is. I've been doing this for the last 12 years, and I've literally dictated my life like a video game. I say I'm going to do this, I do this. I say I'm going to do that, I do that. Is there struggles? Yes. That's what I want to talk about today. Today we're going to talk about persistence. Persistence, persistence. Now, if you're listening audibly on iTunes, Libsyn, Stitcher, Sonos, Spotify, or Sonos is a system, right? Spotify. We're number 8 on Spotify if you type in motivation. Yay, thank you. You can also watch my YouTube channel. Go to YouTube, type in 3T Fitness. You'll see me actually in this shirt right here. I'm actually in this shirt on my picture, on my profile. I actually wear it a lot. It's very comfortable. Lululemon. One of my clients gave it to me, and I appreciate that. Thank you so much. But anyways, you go to my YouTube channel, and you'll get to see how I do my podcast. I actually point to a board. This is how I do it. I'm a very visual person. So as I'm speaking right now in this little lavalier mic, I actually have my board right here. So if you want to see it live and in person and see Coach JB with just real and authentic, that's me. Let's do this. All right, so today's podcast, we're talking about persistence. I am very passionate about this. I would highly recommend all of you read the book Think and Grow Rich. Now, one thing I want to say is it was written in 1918, I think remastered in 1932. Don't quote me on that, but it's an old-ass book. Now, a lot of the prefaces in there refer to men, right? Back then it was very different, right? Very chauvinistic. Men went to work, women stayed home, but yada, yada, yada. So women, I would highly recommend you listen to it, but listen to it with an open mind, knowing when it was written. But the principles in there, the 13 principles, are phenomenal. I listen to the book every single morning. No joke. Every single morning, it's part of my culture. I listen to the book Think and Grow Rich over and over and over. It's been remastered over, and there's YouTube video after YouTube video. Just pull it up on YouTube. You can find all these remastered versions. Now, there's 13 principles in there. One of the principles is persistence, and I have mastered persistence, and a lot of my clients have as well. And all of them that have mastered it, all of them I've been tracking, the number one thing that they have is persistence to be successful. Let me break this down. How many times have you tried to accomplish something? Maybe you went into a multi-level marketing, or you went after a job, and I'll tell the story of Karen in just a minute, and you got punked, or you got shut down, or you lost some money, you got declined for the position, and you gave up. Then you meet those people like Karen. I talked about Karen when I was in corporate America. I talked about Karen when I left corporate America, and Karen was this banker. I think she still is a banker. I don't know what Karen's doing now. Karen, if you're out there, give me a shout out. Now, Karen was the most persistent person I've ever met in my life. And she taught me one of those most valuable lessons around persistence. Now, Karen interviewed for a banker position. She got declined. She was a teller. She got declined. So Karen got some feedback, went and interviewed again for another banker position. She got declined. She got some feedback, she improved, and I saw her skills improve a little bit. She decided to go to a different market to maybe try a different market. Went to a different market, interviewed, got declined. Now let's fast forward a little bit. She got interviewed 9 times, got declined. Interviewed 10 times, got declined. 11 times, got declined. 12 times, got declined. She did not give up. Now let me pause for a moment. Around number 11, I saw Karen. I said, how you doing? I'm doing great. I'm working to get to the banker position. She never once faltered or backed up or said she failed. She kept saying, I'm going for it. I keep getting feedback. Then she moved to a different branch. So she decided to keep moving around to find someone that saw her value, but she also improved as she went along, and then she went for number 12. And guess what? Karen got declined. She went for number 13. Guess what? She got declined. Then I saw Karen again. She says, I'm still going for it. She got to 14. She got declined. Karen never gave up. She stayed persistent. She kept taking feedback, and now here's where the story gets cool. I'm in an executive meeting with all these other executives, and one of the executive pulls me aside, Literally, I just got done checking my message. I love Karen. She hadn't been interviewing she interviewed for one of my branch managers, and he called me and said, I want to hire Karen. And I said, I would highly recommend you hire Karen due to her persistence, because maybe she doesn't have the skills right now or whatever it is, but she has persistence, and I'd rather have someone with persistence than an education, because this is a character thing. This is someone that is going to kick ass every single day. Now, this branch manager called me, and then lo and behold, on that break, another executive pulled me aside in another market and said, we're getting ready to hire Karen. I said, holy crap. So it went from Karen getting declined 14 times to 2 executives rushing to their phones to call their branch manager and say, hire Karen right now before the other people do. So Karen went from being the most undesired person to be banker to the most desired banker, and 2 executives fighting over her. What happened? Here's what happened. Pressure creates diamonds. 212 degrees, water boils. The pressure that was put on Karen made her into a diamond. Every single time she got the pressure of getting declined and have to call her husband and saying, hey, I got declined again, we're not going to have that extra money, but I'm going to keep on going. I'm sure that put a lot of pressure on her. It put pressure on her ego. It put pressure on her life. It put pressure on her the way she felt psychologically, But every single time she got that pressure, she improved, and she improved, and she improved, and then she became a diamond. She never gave up. Then you go to water. At 212 degrees, not 211, not 210, 212 degrees, water boils. So if your water's at 210 degrees, 1% difference, water starts boiling. Boiling water creates steam. Steam can move a locomotive. Think about that. The 1% difference between first and second place in the Olympics can mean $1 million contract and no money at all. Now what happens is persistence creates pressure. Persistence makes that water boil. The heat made the water boil 1% higher. That heat and that steam can move a locomotive. Now, what's the point behind this? You cannot give up. You have to be persistent. You're going to get kicked in the teeth. Do you think the last year and a half, year and 7 months has been easy? Hell no. Let me just be open and rip the Band-Aid off with you guys. It has been the hardest year and a half of my life. I literally took my family from a very comfortable life. Every 2 weeks, a big ass paycheck coming in, health insurance, huge 401k, a retention bonus, all this stuff. And I went to my wife and said, I'm walking away from it all. I'm pulling the plug. She has the hardest job in the world, a stay-at-home mom. We had 0 income coming from her. Walking out to follow my dreams of being the top health and mindset coach in the world. How do you think my life has changed? Do you think right when I stepped into this that I started making money? Nope. I just started getting paid after a year and a half. Because when you build a company, guess who gets paid last? Me, the CEO. That's how you truly build a company. You don't build a company by starting to take a paycheck right away and paying yourself first. You build the company, you build the company, you build the company. Eventually, the CEO starts to get paid if it's a startup, right? That's how we ran it. That's why we're sitting in the revolutionary facility, 3T Fitness, because we had investors, we were smart, we built the company, and now here we are. And now I'm finally starting to get paid. So do you think the last year and a half has been stressful? But what I had was persistence. I never gave up. Even though I wasn't getting a paycheck, even though I wasn't living the high life even more, even though my wife was super stressed out and we're trying to keep a roof over our family's head, I did a podcast every single day. I still do a podcast. I did YouTube videos. I showed up for my clients. I never was late. I never missed a session. I missed vacations. We sometimes had a little bit to eat, and sometimes we had a lot to eat. It was back and forth. We ran through all of our life savings, and now here we are. Here we are in the revolutionary fitness facility, 3T Fitness facility, and it's going global. And trust me, things are going very, very well. I'm not saying that to brag. It is going very, very well. Because of my persistence and not giving up, I probably will make 10 times more than I ever made as an executive. I'm not saying that to brag. That's what persistence does. I have the opportunity to make 10 times more, maybe even more than that, than I did as an executive because I didn't give up. Because when I was curled up in a ball crying sometimes under my desk saying, is this going to work because I break like everybody else? I got my ass back up and I kept on going. When people stared at me and said, John, this isn't going to work out, you're a fool. You're going to take a business global. How are you going to get investors going to trust? Well, I'm sitting in the revolutionary fitness facility right now, and I'm getting passionate because I want you to wake up. Because persistence is what you need. When your parents are looking at you and saying, why did you give up that executive job? Why would you do that for your family? Why would you put yourself in danger financially? There was no danger because I believe in myself. I believed in my heart. I thought it in my mind. I verbalized it to the world every single day, and it became my reality. But you need persistence, my friend, Because without persistence, you're going to be mediocre the rest of your life. Without persistence, you're going to be in that job you hate the rest of your life. Without persistence, you're going to be in that bad relationship the rest of your life. And without persistence, you're never going to be able to take your dream vacation. Without persistence, you're going to retire with no money. Without persistence, you're never going to grow stronger. Remember, pressure creates diamonds, turns coal into diamonds. So I want to ask you, are you persistent or do you give up at the first sign of danger? Are you persistent, or when your spouse looks at you in the eyes with tears in her eyes and says, is this going to work out? Do you keep on going, or do you give up? Do you go back into that safe little place where everybody hangs out? And that's why 99%, I don't get these numbers, a lot of people aren't successful, and why there's a huge variation between the successful and the poor, because they think that it's just their life. They think that it's just the circumstance they grew in. They think that this is it for them, and it's not true. It's not true. It's you. It's you and your persistence. It's you and willing to fight. It's you and willing to not get a paycheck and look your family in the eyes and say, you know what, we may not eat this week, but I'm going to keep on going. I'm going to keep on impacting people's lives because I believe in this. And that's what persistent does. You have this, but you have to have the guts to go after it. And very few people can do it. I don't know if it's you. I don't know. You have to answer that question. I know it's me because in my heart, this company will be the top health and mindset company in the world. I'm the top health and mindset coach in the world, and I believe nothing different. No matter what my wife says, no matter what my parents says, no matter what my cousins say, no matter what my mom and dad say, I'd already said that, no matter what my friends say, my brother, my sister, I don't care what people think. I believe. And I'm looking for you to believe in yourself. Now that's a bold statement, right? Me saying not caring what people think, because I don't. Because as long as I do the right thing every single day for society, it doesn't matter. So you need to develop persistence. Follow your dreams. Find your passion. And let's get after it today. My name is Coach JV. I'm the top health and mindset coach in the world. What you believe in your heart, you think in your mind, will eventually become your words and become your reality. I love you very, very much, but damn well, don't let me love you more than you love yourself. We'll talk to you on Fired Up Friday. Woo-woo.